Gervanta Tank Davis has long been celebrated for his explosive power, dramatic knockouts, and his consistent support system that has helped propel him to superstardom. However, recent events have sparked curiosity among fans and media alike. During the press conference for his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, Tank Davis appeared without his usual entourage, no Leonard Ellerbe, no Calvin Ford, and no familiar faces from his camp. For a fighter of Tank's high profile, this was a notably unusual sight, raising eyebrows and prompting questions about what might be going on behind the scenes. This absence of his key team members at such a prominent event led to speculation. Is there a shift happening within Tank's camp? Could there be tension between Tank and his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, or was it merely a scheduling conflict? Whatever the reason, the scene painted a picture of change, and in the world of boxing, change often signals something deeper brewing beneath the surface. Calvin Ford, Tank's longtime trainer, has always been more than just a coach. He has been a father figure, a mentor, and a man who shaped Tank into the knockout artist he is today. So Ford's absence from the press conference was puzzling, given the close bond between the two. The question on everyone's mind was whether this absence hinted at growing tension between them or signaled a deeper issue within Tank's camp. Ford's approach to boxing, despite coaching one of the sport's most feared punchers, is strikingly unconventional. While many trainers might revel in knockouts, Ford has expressed a preference for long, grueling battles. In a recent interview, Ford shared a surprising view about knockouts. "Man, I don't like knockouts. I like punishment," he revealed, shedding light on his unique philosophy of boxing. Ford believes that the true hallmark of a great fight isn't the flashy knockout, but rather the lasting impact it leaves on the opponent. He wants his fighters to endure and push their limits, rather than ending the fight with a swift, powerful finish. This mindset traces back to Davis's early days as a fighter. Ford recalls a sparring session where Tank delivered a knockout so fast that it surprised everyone, including himself. "I don't even feel right about this," Ford remarked after witnessing Tank's quick knockout. Even though Tank had stunned everyone with his power, Ford admitted that he would have preferred the fight to last longer, to showcase Tank's endurance and grit rather than just his knockout ability. For Ford, the narrative of punishment and perseverance in the ring is far more important than the momentary glory of a knockout finish. This philosophy of endurance over quick victories is reflected in how Ford views Tank's overall growth as a fighter. Tank wasn't always the confident knockout artist fans know today. In his early amateur days, Davis had reservations about turning pro, especially when faced with the idea of fighting with professional-sized gloves. "I ain't never going pro, ain't nobody hitting me with them," Tank once said, according to Ford. But Ford, with his calm and steady guidance, encouraged Davis to embrace the challenge and step into the professional world. Ford's influence has been pivotal in transforming Tank from a hesitant amateur into one of the sport's most feared fighters. Tank's pro debut in 2013 was marked by a knockout victory, and since then his rise has been meteoric. Despite his preference for long, punishing bouts, Ford has played a crucial role in shaping Tank into a boxer capable of devastating knockouts. His perspective, however, is rooted in the belief that boxing is more than just about power, it's about the story each fight tells. He wants opponents to leave the ring knowing they have been pushed to their absolute limits, rather than being dismissed with a swift knockout. Ford's influence extends beyond just technical coaching. He has been a guiding figure in Tank's personal life as well. Their bond goes deeper than just a trainer-fighter relationship. Ford has been like a father figure to Tank, offering stability and guidance throughout the tumultuous journey that has been Davis's career. In the early days, Tank spent significant time in Ford's home, becoming part of the Ford family. "I used to sleep at Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood joint," Tank recalled, highlighting the familial bond that developed between them. Ford became Tank's rock, not just in terms of training, but also in navigating life's complexities. Tank's rise to fame has not been without its challenges, and his relationship with his team has been a subject of much speculation. While Ford has consistently remained a steady presence in Tank's corner, Leonard Ellerbe, another key figure in Davis's career, was also noticeably absent from the recent press conference. Ellerbe has been instrumental in managing Tank's career, promoting his fights, and building his brand. His absence added yet another layer of mystery, leading fans to wonder if this could signal a shift in Tank's team dynamics. Could this absence be a sign that Tank is becoming more independent? As Tank has grown into a global superstar, moments like these serve as reminders that even the brightest stars face internal challenges. Tank's solo appearance could suggest that he is stepping into a new phase of his career, one in which he takes more control of his decisions. On the other hand, it could also indicate that there is tension brewing within his camp, something that isn't uncommon in the high-stakes world of boxing. Despite the absence of both Ford and Ellerbe, Tank's journey is far from linear. His rise has been marked by controversy, internal conflicts, and transitions. As Davis continues to mature as a fighter and businessman, his relationship with his team will inevitably evolve. The tensions within his camp, whether temporary or permanent, are just another chapter in the complicated story of Tank Davis's career. Ford, for his part, has always maintained that his role is to prepare Tank to fight and leave the business decisions to those who specialize in that arena. Ford has never been one to get entangled in the politics of boxing management. When Tank decided to leave Mayweather Promotions, Ford remained calm, framing the situation as just another part of Tank's growth. Tank is just going through the same transitions that Floyd went through. Nothing different, Ford remarked, emphasizing his hands-off approach to business matters. Ford's belief in Tank's ability to make the right decisions is rooted in his understanding of the business of boxing. He sees it as his job to guide Tank in the ring, while allowing him to figure out his path outside the ring. "Tank don't look at me as coach. He looks at me as dad," Ford said. "I don't even feel right when people call me coach. Tank gives me anything I want, but I'm a man at the end of the day." Ford's philosophy is clear. His focus is on Tank's development as a fighter, and he trusts Tank to make the right decisions when it comes to his career. Tank's independence is becoming more evident as he matures in the sport. Whether this means parting ways with some of his longtime associates or taking a more active role in managing his career, it is clear that Tank is navigating a period of growth. The absence of Ford and Ellerbe at the press conference may be just the beginning of Tank's journey toward greater autonomy. Despite the uncertainties surrounding his team dynamics, Tank's talent and determination remain undeniable. His future in boxing is bright, and the guidance of mentors like Ford and Al Heyman continues to provide a solid foundation for his career. As Davis moves forward, it's clear that the relationship between him and Ford will remain a central part of his journey. Tank's success is as much a product of his physical prowess as it is a result of the steady, fatherly guidance he has received from Calvin Ford. The complexities of Tank's journey are a reminder that in the world of boxing, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. Behind the flashy knockouts and public rivalries, there are layers of personal relationships, struggles, and growth that shape the fighters we see in the ring. For fans, the recent changes in Tank's team offer a glimpse into the evolving story of one of boxing's brightest stars. Whether these changes are permanent or temporary, they only add to the intrigue surrounding Tank Davis's career. As we wait to see what comes next for Tank, we are reminded that his journey is far from over. The next phase of his career is just beginning, and with his talent, resilience, and the support of his mentors, there's no telling where it will take him. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: Tank Davis's story is far from complete, and the boxing world will be watching closely as this next chapter unfolds.